In the hidden corridors of the global financial arena, an intense and silent battle rages, threatening to upend the very bedrock of monetary stability. The American dollar, once an unwavering pillar among world currencies, now stands precariously on the edge of extinction, its long-standing supremacy slipping away like grains of sand through fingers. An astonishing 60% of the world's currency value currently rests within the confines of the US dollar, cementing its position as the backbone of international trade. Yet this once unassailable position is rapidly eroding, as a formidable alliance comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa emerges, collectively working towards the creation of their own global reserve currency. The echoes of dissent grow louder, challenging the very essence of the established financial order. The era of the dollar's dominance teeters on the edge, while the world hurtles toward an epoch of monumental change known as de-dollarization. To fully grasp the magnitude of this impending financial event, one must traverse the annals of history. The US dollar's reign as the chosen reserve currency was not a foregone conclusion. It was a baton passed from one currency to another across different epochs. France, with its indomitable strength, held this mantle from 1720 to 1815, steering the course of international finance. Subsequently, the United Kingdom ascended to this prestigious position, presiding over the global stage from 1815 to 1920. But then came the historic Bretton Woods Pact, a pivotal juncture in world affairs, where the US dollar inherited its position of power, its destiny irrevocably intertwined with the fate of international finance. However, the astute observations of billionaire Ray Dalio have shed light on an intriguing pattern. The reserve currency changes course approximately every 94 years, like the ebb and flow of tides. Alas, the expiration date for the US dollar, that embodiment of financial might, has long passed, and the metamorphosis is underway. The wheels of transformation are in motion, reshaping the global financial landscape in unprecedented ways. The foundations of the dollar's dominance were fortified by the Bretton Woods Agreement, painstakingly crafted in the aftermath of the cataclysmic World War II. At its core, this groundbreaking accord linked other currencies to the US dollar, endowing it with unrivaled strength and influence. It became the fulcrum upon which the world's financial equilibrium teetered. Yet, as the clock ticked toward 1971, the tides of fate turned. The US faced a stark reality. It ran out of money. In a moment that reverberated across the globe, President Richard Nixon, with an air of solemnity, declared that the U.S. would no longer honor its age-old pledge to exchange 1 ounce of gold for $35. The mighty dollar, once underpinned by tangible value, was now left to stand solely on a fragile scaffold of debt. However, the U.S.' unique leverage remained intact, embedded in its control over the global oil market. The enigmatic origins of the petrodollar lie in a clandestine meeting held between President Franklin D. Roosevelt and Saudi Arabia's monarch in 1945. In a quid pro quo arrangement, the U.S. promised security in exchange for exclusive access to Saudi Arabian oil reserves. Thus, the petrodollar was born, an intricate web of agreements and dependencies. Nations around the world found themselves shackled to the need for U.S. dollars to purchase oil, ensuring the perpetuation of the dollar's dominion over the past century. The United States, wielding its petrodollar weapon, wielded power, at times denying access to vital sources of energy to nations that dared to defy its supremacy. But the winds of change are gusting fiercely. Revolts against this unequal power dynamic have simmered and erupted, giving birth to new alliances and coalitions aimed at challenging the unassailable status of the US dollar. A resounding cry for independence from the yoke of dollar dominance reverberates across the globe. Yet, upon closer scrutiny, a paradox emerges, a tale of two narratives. As the world anxiously speculates about the demise of the US dollar, an enigmatic truth reveals itself. The value of the dollar is, in fact, soaring, reaching heights not seen in the last 2 decades. How can this be? The answer lies in the meticulous reduction of the overall number of US dollars circulating worldwide, lending an air of scarcity and exclusivity. Furthermore, the world has witnessed the U.S.'s strategic deployment of the dollar as a potent weapon against nations, as exemplified by the Russian case. When Russia's foreign currency reserves were threatened, their path was obstructed, solidifying the notion that the dollar remains a formidable force when utilized skillfully. Against this backdrop, nations are forging new alliances, quietly building bridges to alternative sources of energy and security. The UN permitted Iraq to sell oil in euros rather than dollars in 2000, an audacious move that sent ripples across the financial realm. Iran, too, broke free from the shackles, completely ceasing oil exports in dollars by 2007, signing a monumental $400 billion investment agreement. In the ensuing years, Iran, Russia, and China embarked on a shared journey, distancing themselves from the clutches of the US dollar. India and Japan followed suit, further bolstering this growing trend. As each nation joins this march towards independence, the once unassailable dominion of the dollar wavers. New alliances are now emerging from the depths of discontent. Iran and India find themselves aligned in purpose, seeking alternative paths to financial sovereignty. Russia, a steadfast proponent of change, has become a beacon of support, offering its vast energy reserves as an alternative to the grip of the petrodollar. And most recently, China and Saudi Arabia, giants in their own right, have joined forces, collaborating on the development of the petro-yuan, a contender that threatens to challenge the age-old supremacy of the petrodollar. A seismic shift looms on the horizon as alliances morph and new players take their positions on the global stage. The BRICS nations, a collective powerhouse accounting for a staggering 31.5% of global GDP, grow stronger, their influence swelling with every passing day. The Federal Reserve's Jerome Powell, the custodian of the world's largest economy, reluctantly acknowledges the viability of multiple international reserve currencies, a testament to the changing tides of power. Within this enigmatic narrative, voices whisper of the imminent demise of the American dollar. Speculation has woven its intricate web for years, drawing attention to the vulnerabilities and inherent weaknesses of the dollar. The first murmurs of its fall emerged in 1975, and since then, countless theories have emerged, each pronouncing the dollar's impending doom. Yet, amidst the cacophony of voices, there are those who question the veracity of such claims. They contend that the dollar, resilient throughout history, will weather this storm as it has done so many times before. Indeed, the dollar's position as the dominating currency in international trade remains steadfast, unwavering in the face of recent challenges posed by the yuan, the euro, and the yen. Recent moves have shown that significant change takes time to materialize fully. The dollar's reign may yet endure for years or even decades, its resilience rooted in the intricate web of global finance. Thus, while the whispers of change pervade the halls of financial power, caution must prevail. The journey toward transformation, if it indeed transpires, will be gradual, characterized by a meandering path that spans continents and generations. History tells us that currencies ebb and flow, experiencing periods of ascent and decline. The dollar, with all its complexities and controversies, remains the bedrock of international commerce. As the world remains on the edge of its seat, captivated by the unfolding drama, the curtain rises on a stage set for intrigue and suspense. The fate of the American dollar, that symbol of financial might, hangs in the balance as the world watches with bated breath, awaiting the denouement of this grand financial narrative.